Thank God it's Friday. TGIF. Thank God it's Friday. And so another beautiful Friday is right here with us. Friday, your Friday the 30th. The most dreaded, or much dreaded Friday the 13th, and then Friday the 13th, but it's 12 days into the 6th month of the year 2026. Good afternoon, and you welcome aboard a yet talk Ghana. Jumedie so a free sabria kopem sedonsia ebebobidi at the Kwaku Kyeremanteng Nkansah KK on behalf of the production team Kofinto Ewaha Nana AJ Francis AJ and so Ewahado ene ewie sanso ena ice tea Ewahado ene ewie obwa with cameras na MCR eye Nana Kwame, the fresh boy Nana Kwame, and so actually the seat ewo MCR na yede another exciting edition of a year talk Ghana abro baby biara will be no ube to me ashe talk Ghana it will feel office baby I want to wo hwe ewa kasamfoni so a you want to be TV so any mo pese mo call mo phone so laptops whatever chabi be streaming live social media don't Facebook Facebook would to me 101.3 FM Facebook would to me 101.3 FM Facebook YouTube would to me TV live YouTube would to me TV live YouTube so found tuma bobe diana no ene ewie and your packed show coming up. It's another exciting edition of Talk Ghana Sunday American channel na ene Emra unse na me hwesen ke betumi asua de kakra facts of a case no but quite unfortunately Miya a lawyer Andy appear Kubi quite unfortunately yentumi no antwetwe nkomo na yede epeja yemu because Miya don't know there was a technical disturbance or hitch near maybe esomunti echirero he was engaged yentumi no antwetwe nkomo but there was some in America lawyer Andy appear Kubi and oye chairman Bernard Enchibuesiako the lawyer na chairman Bernard Enchibuesiako lawyer Andy appear Kubi enra yete say wa file manase wako epre or pray a plea bargain and he wako into a plea bargain for a year Ghana Exim Bank loaner chairman wuntumi ekogoje ya na say sika oje ya no de eye efuo na eno ameka kire say okomu no ohwe eye ne ebinum eka wuntumi say case na Nkansah obo entiase baabia because abanyi eba yen or the chairman Bernard Enchibuesiako or the no agina court for various allegedly offenses are omo ehunu say yes odifo ewo saa na omo hunu enti ena okokota adichie court ene court ochina court ena ensem akwakoye pi enti Exim Bank de no nso eye baako Exim Bank de no nso eye case baako eno ena lawyer Andy appear Kubi a file announce what call for a year plea bargain. It is a plea bargaining. Na ene masa at the eba said ye betiasi adie de wunima na watu buase no asua no watiase na yes o roshi obi be say o roshi asa o roshi debi and yes sir any ye no enti once again I repeat and rather be kan na no would to me akasamfodi so de ye production team would to me akasamfodi so efra do pa kopem yan ye 24 hours ye suade da ya di entertainment movies ne ho kro de bakakra na chese ye informo. So we educate, entertain, and inform. Cardinals in United Year Jumawa. Ebia in Sroho and Quebec's a political station. Yen yatem anyone to me TV. Hayen yatem ewa. What do we feed ye but two adoma? Free a fidie nachino no suye bibi. Free fidie nachino. Na chese would be bia shobuto. Na wadi agye kakra entertainment ni nyina bi ewo nti ahan yatem didi ehu hia but ye beka yasa maturity ye adwuma wa nti ade will inform and educate and then every adwumadie bringing it back once again. The case involving Chairman Bernard Enchibuasiakno, Chairman Wuntumi, with regards or respect to a Exim Bank diero and lawyer Evans or say Bulsu ewe fidieso me repeat lawyer Evans or say Bulsu ewe fidieso bio. Quite unfortunately enrana lawyer Nana Chirichie Nana Bulsu Chirichie and they say Otinas quite unfortunately went to be caught up in an emergency. But enrana kiadeno esha but nonetheless and then lawyer Evans Oseibusu ewuchumedie so a yede no ebedi sankomo no. Dr. Akwasiche, former regional communications director for the NPP ewa Kyeremanteng ha enso ewuchumedie so ene ewie etimafidie no enna ha plea bargaining a free enra wate ho ensem na no ene yadu ebewrem na yahwe de embra no eka se empo obi ka se or call into plea bargaining na kire se odifo ana eno kire se chairman wuntumi ese plea bargaining and the lawyer call for plea bargaining kire se odifo ana automatically odifo ana ebinom mahu so obo kan se pi batene lawyer etnasia ode yen ebewrasa nkomo no eginamu na yesua de kakra. Ghana cocoa farmers me mama ha na mapomu etesei ene cocoa no mode kwa yetua makade na nsen ena bihu se honorable Frank Adodompre asabete report omo ekwa pro echinchi cocoa farms no omo the report no akwa akoma eye Dr. Baumia na cocoa farmers no ewie bichiamo yese 2026 abai adi ababe tudwa say 2026 light crop season sa do mka no for a year 2026 no sikado baby ejina ehwa de jina enti NPP eba in 2024 dede bebrebo mu eye kuafo so mu behwemu mama fiili ai mamu dodo na eyi NPP reject Dr. Baumia de hihye papa ba because nanado baye adwene koko akuafo ho no dodo na NDC oh lawyer mo betu bia ba be ai all right enti ba nanado oh adi akuafo sikasem ekogina yie na NDC fo ebeto adwom ne yede eguma so ma mumubi ekoto aba edema NDC ama enne mo makro ekosuku kra bu ntrenshop mania atamo eyemo ya mo beje 6,000 aje 7,000 ene erikopoku do kra na ono ena no okasa nsem kase no ono amukura da ban na mafia erikopoku no koko ho nsem wo position no wagye agina mu kura no eda to force na mafia ono ni sikasem kura enkoyi na wo koko farmer eda wo expect say wo sikasem ebe koyi erikopoku na no all promises 7,000 6,000 and 7,000 so de bema koko akuafo no ene ono kura onsu se di sika no emma na no ahye bobo ene o se di sika ma it is a minister erikopoku adwuma obon opposition etwa track kase ene kire koko akuafo ene onsu se sika ho aye de dia. Can you imagine na wo okuani wo sika no omo kofa do he onu minister no kro beka koko ho asem ne okra the minister ho ko nyesika na wo a wo yokuani ase ho mo fa nchebe wo na wo beya sika ni biadi na bi emma entiene omo si koko season na ye bewura mu no busika do ba bi agina na agina omo anyi bi enfri so e no omo amfa bi anka enti mi hu se bi fufuro bi abesi se ya ye be kodo kopem 2028 no ebedru they drew 2028 akuafo no masa akwa ma NDC wate aban papa na aba e drew 2028 na makoto aba papa e de ama NDC aban because omo ni mo di ni yie omo ahwe ni mu yie but we no de mo fa ncheme edu ba bia saa ne ye beka no ba binim se ba bia sisi mu gina no de giyame achia den so emuye achia wo chia na achia den so emuye NPP ye mompai enkwane hia se 2028 Dr. Mahmoud Baubia a onu na etu frank adiama NPP no yesa de no babiwa nanado ekai oyeye asebia nanado ekai free SHS ne ho kro de ba omo kan so omo be omo de niema pa egu kwam Dr. Baubia ebeba nkwa yami adumunti 2028 yebesa de naba na ekwiafo mayirem ho mwakwa akotu no boom e de ama nanado Dr. Mahmoud Baumia na niema ya hwe se ya chia no ya betne no na bibia aye kama enti sa nkomo no ho ba bia ebo no egina no Dr. Francis Ba ono eno ye deputy CEO agronomy ende de keke kan crop you know no deputy e wo cocoa board osibusika no de omo ntibi mfiri so saa nso no omo mfa bi nkan enti ni omo de ema mo na eno ana omo de eto aso enti masha no so sa e de amame da baby a yedrui enche me the doctor ba be remu ankasa me ye lawyer ye de ba semina Kwaku ma no funfun bebrebe sei enche o be ye doctorate
enche me be kwakoye
doctorate in law sir so one can say lecture on the sidelines.
No, menko bebre atom nsa from ba menko.
Into doctorate.
Woman so enti pesa me ye PhD no. Aka.
Lawyer Evans Osebos wabiashi. Working encyclopedia. Wo pelo na ono adie bibia bo kind books mu nyina or your working law books books nyina eguditrim oda kra na yane na ka say doctor as a lawyer the constitutional obe kotu di about bibia just say obuda yeah akwa feel law he eats law works law sleeps law the bibia law lawyer Evans Osebo so ewaha etiene enkomo no de aside the year play bargaining komo the ma regarding exim bank edi bi yebehwe na ya hwada matesa edonso epiemu na wotwi na enkabehwe memao eye quick fact on the year exim bank edi no na menhwe se lawyer ebebem na fact no de betumi aka kire wa say ɛyɛ chairman Bernard Ntwibuasi akwa asɛm di nyinaa no tie nyinaa ne sɛ ɔkɔgye ɛyɛ loan through ɛyɛ Wontumi Farms Limited every Ghana Export Import Bank yɛfrɛ no Ghana Exim Bank na ɛbra the company no ɛyɛ sɛ ɔmo ɛkɔgye loan no na amount ni nyinaa ɛyɛ 18.7 million facility ni nyinaa no na ɛyɛ 18.7 million ɛno no ɔkɔyɛ sɛ ɔkɔ akɔgye in 2018 na ɛkɔde ayɛ na kwia anaasɛ ebia agrek ho project bank no 18.7 million ɔyɛ sɛ ɔkɔ akɔgye no ɛna ɔmo sɛ 18.7 million no deɛ yɛnya ama na ɛbom no yɛbɛma wo 14.3 million cedis enti 14.3 million cedis no ɛna ɔmo ɛdane ɛden maa no na sisei NDC ɛde sikai ama no nka ebia woyɛ Ghana ni na wokɔgye loan koraa na ebia commercial loan na wo default on a year payment no koraa na ɛnka no lawyer wɔ ha nti ebia wɔbɛgya ma deɛ binim ne sɛ ɔmo ntumi ɛncharge wo criminally na ɛbom no ɛyɛ kabɛyɛ civil matter fine lawyer wɔ ha bɛgya no na ama no but in this case no state no ɛsɛ adeɛ no across into a criminal territory no saa na ɔmo ɛpakyerɛ because ɛyɛ dwumadie ni nyinaa Nkansah entire process ni nyinaa no it was criminally procured saa na ɔman no ɛka kyerɛ chairman Wontumi sɛ ɔnam kwan bɔne so ɛna ɔkɔgye ɛyɛ loan no enti ɔman no ɛkyerɛ sɛ wanyɛ kua bia saa na ɔman no ɛka to chairman Wontumi so sɛ wanyɛ kua bia but ɛnra bɛka kyerɛ sɛ mu a na ɛbrɛ bi mu anaasɛ wota ahwɛ UTV a wo sɛ chairman Wontumi call for interview a kyerɛ sɛ the farms kakraka empo in 2018 December 7th ɔmo maa no first runner up ɔmo maa no award sɛ Ghana Asante Mantam ha first runner up best farmer ogya award ho a the farms no ɛwɔ Secretary Central Dr. Akuto every year saa time agric minister ɛna na ne nsa ɛhyɛ the certificate anaasɛ award certificate no ase but ɔman no sɛ wanyɛ kua bia nti ɛwɔ no koraa no ɛtwetwe so kakra sɛ wa employ workers bia anyɛ ho korɔ ne ba enti ɛno na ɔman no de nakɔ akɔgyina court sɛ counts no menka ha ɔmo prosecute no on 4 counts including defrauding by false pretense uttering a forged document money laundering and intentionally causing financial loss to a public body with the total liability and interest now exceeding 30 million cedis. Chairman Wontumi ekɔgyina court no o plead not guilty. Omo bisa do di for ananse odi bem oso on di for ɛwɔ asɛm ni nyinaa ho. Then no na say no the lawyer for ahwɛ asɛm na ɛna omo hu no sɛ ebia no mema lawyer akɔ hɔ because ɛno ne yɛbɛka plea bargaining no ɔso on di for but minim sɛ ebia the lawyer no hu sɛ adeɛ no koraa no sɛ asɛm no kɔ court yɛbɛkyina 20 no ntumo sika no de obetua ebia ɔbɛba no aka kyerɛ sɛ otua sika no ti na yɛbɛde sɛ ɛnɛ our one and only lawyer Evans Oseibo nso ɛwɔ ha enti ɛdro ade yɛte sɛ lawyer and their peer could be I enter into a plea bargaining and a plea bargain that ɛno no nso yɛnim sɛ siisei aba bɛyɛ mmra na ɛno yɛwura mu no mɛhwɛ ɛyɛ ɛno yɛ 1079 meyɛ lawyer ni me nto bɛbu ase 1079 na ɛyɛwura mu a bɛhu sɛ no a court deɛ a na mɛka section 35 bi nso wɔ baabi sɛ bi no ba na sɛ yɛ repealing ɛnɛ lawyer wɔ ha lawyer wɔ abɛyi papaapa ɛti ɔde yɛn ɛbɛwura ne nyinaa mu enti ɛhɔ na akɔ akɔduru sɛ plea bargaining si sɛ aba bɛyɛ mmra ɛmi sɛ about 2022 ba de ɛnɛ yɛbɛsua deɛ ma lawyer awɔ kie tru aba bɛkyerɛ saa deɛ ma ne nyinaa na ɛno ɛna wokɔ social media maka no fitia no a sɛ ebi sɛ deɛ ne odi fɔ kyɛma Wontumi edi fɔ ɛwɔ nsɛm no ho ntina or enter into a plea bargaining na ɛno na yɛ a na mɛka no borɔfo sɛ entering into a plea bargaining is it an admission of guilt and ene ye besua de papa enti mema lawyer ahyase na enche eye kwasiche so ebetena ase na kwasiche tenase ye me de no de lawyer gina ahwe adamate sinti ka kire wadamfo bi no nso ka kire nadamfo no ka kire nadamfo said the one and only lawyer Evans Osei-Bonsu wagi the seat ewa ha ubetumi akọ eye Facebook eye wuntumi 101.3 FM ewo Facebook uko YouTuber wuntumi TV live ewo YouTube ehonso betumi akọ no wa join yen wo hwe wo phone so laptop so baabia betumi a join yen ewo meantime in between time lawyer Evans Osei-Bonsu mema akwa ba
watie phone na anu wa phone na
obi jina aje uso
asamo keke
na ena ko court ara
me court me conference but judge no antanase
eh wa conference wa ba okay
me fa fi na ja me fa be bi chia eh bi ase ne sam de sha
yeah who said the bia bi who said lawyer aje the club tea na se t-shirt na say the lawyer wa court na I court the yemfa ti club tea I know yemfa bi ra
hoda keke
hey na no ade
ko yes na mpo se wan hye wig ne wa yi na je se bi ajaje na nhye de na betimi abota
I know the no say you are naked
you are being naked nti e ba sa ajaje no nti okra I remember one day bi achi mini pa bi na any breso na wa say amount for frame ye frame na me dimrika ntenten me two car we could do ye kire se me hu entama na me sorry court na nim na me apologize say my naked before the judge na o ma me audience me can me no ma say be a judge ne say o ma me audience da onya de obetie me enti na wa say me ba enti me pie na me hu say lawyer bi edie egu ehonum na me je hye tem na msa be gina na ni mansa no mutie me kona ya ni preso that day no me de ni pa na ko but ya try anya bail dem ama
hey
so was all prepare now dressing
professional lawyer reading 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 lawyer no wakaya kaya that say me junior just by the way that say junior lawyer ba me uncle no na afi na omo afre no to say practicing as a lawyer enough for mokura so practice as a lawyer enti dey say bebrewia omo to men practice as lawyers na ja akosha yi bi no te ho no mudi yes practice no enough for mokura o see enough for mokura balaya ya me enshira ya ma akwa ba bi
me so take it
Tuesday and da be mpoba Wednesday ya no esi nkonya ewa ha na ene meda wasibio se beto nsafrel wasa aba because nka lawyer ya asabna aba no me pese yesua de ne yewura mu pa na chairman want me but ebi ahwefo we just by the way ba ko amanka lawyer and their peer could be say no or say or withdraw the legal services ya kasa lawyer kasa or withdraw the legal services na just say no case back home a year akunta mine is akunta mine in the no sir some about enya dia or be I don't a judgment eba
I know na judgment eba
on July 3rd or say on represented a year chairman want to me ebu nti Monday ena yame adoma obepie mu wo court no wachre omo frɛ omo ye na affidavit to say dey no wachre die ntia on represented a year chairman want to me ebu nti si say no de na asema ewo ho eno no any whatever it means there you know ye be but lawyer command baby adu na ama ya tunsa e dia frɛ no yes bibi di plea bagage na and social media so ya na anopay me hwɛ one man on the class or lawyer Jantua so a lawyer
yeah lawyer
and the judge the mom penny I'm say that the lawyer onim say mra na man judge no penny that tia musa but lawyer plea baggy
yeah
the body
so pedasi man keke men sancha watie fo no wahwefo nyina na machia ofa yiki ene ne nuano mo faade omo ye agent o ton fi o ton bibi o ton plot o.
Oh, okay.
Keke ye de ne empe o momo nkoton.
Ayo.
Oboni din fa de ho ba bi obi abe hu.
Mate.
Keke onim say ya criminal jurisprudence no. The theory I govern ya criminal law, criminal jurisprudence no. Na asembia o de kokota emra na kire provision na kire ekwan ya mfa so. Nti o procedure ya fa so. Ana ewo ye procedure ya fa so na ye wo ye kan say ye wo provision so a ye gina so na ye de edi asem no. Now the point is say obi enter plea bargain nti ye wo na ye hunu say no enye asem bia na say ye mani punishment enye asem bia na we say nipa no ye de ne kotunu enye asem bia na we say nipa no ye de no a try no for full trial nti ensem bi wo ha e behia se enipa no na ye bone nketenkete empokura na ebi wo hono mpa o de to no so ana nipa no no abeba se ye nhwe ne ensiesie sa asem nti ye mfa embra ebi mbra na sa mbra ne mfa ne plea bargaining such as plea bargaining se obesere ese asem we asem no enye se necessary se udifo because plea bargaining ye agreement between the accused person to plead guilty or no contest in exchange for concession from the prosecution. Enti plea bargaining, a full meaning, a plea bargaining is an agreement in the criminal justice system where an accused person or defendant agrees to plead guilty or no contest in exchange for concessions from the prosecution, such as reduced charges or a lighter recommended sentences. It resolves the case without going through a full trial.
Wait a minute.
I'm one who say a plea bargaining is an agreement. Let's just say agreement and between the accused person and our defendant and the prosecution. So it can be a bit my civil case cry, a bit my plea bargaining. My remember a typical example. Obi 2 years ka befa an account and nipa na o keys ka our bank no omi aso say papa no no bought wrong name and wrong number so we change account number no ba kokora e be kwa koto obi account mu and e be to nipa na account no so mu ana o yiska no nyina na okodi ye search nipa no e was say call full trial do e dishonesty e say we receive ska bi ani kwan so receive ka wasa no waka ba sa abone we no e bone pa hu ne sen obetimi enter plea bargaining e wo court say esika no metua ana ase me de beba. Into one, it is a plea bargaining is an agreement, first of all, in the criminal justice system. An agreement in the criminal justice system where a defendant or an accused agrees to plead guilty or no contest. And it's a word no to plead guilty. If you obey me plead say odi for anase only for the so uncontested. Once you be how na tweman so ase man so no kra me na ntwe biem. Yeah. One na twa asase ho man so nim sa asase no kra ye ne dia. Ose sa asase no nya de a me na obetwe sa asase no hu biom. So no contest. Nti uti also utimi hu ni say either to plead guilty or no contest. Na che say bi wa uni fon so no contest one na make an uni fon so say enya de a me na obetwe because you don't want the matter na say be call full trial. No contest in exchange for concessions from the prosecution such as reduced charges or a lighter recommended sentence. It resolves the case without going through a full trial. That means that no contest me who say same way. First of all, yamfa untumi die we and na e ba sa no mine tena se no yes anhyehyɛ no and them say 2022 on the act ne ba e be share emre no mu e be act 1079, that is act 1079 into plea bargaining in the law no act 1079 yamfa no say chama untumi akɔ bank wakɔgye sika uji sika na bank amount bank no was standard form contract na on bank na yeye into breach if there is a breach thereof it entitles the bank to sue you bank ni betimi sue no aba be gene sika it whether you like it or yes bank ni sika ndie wo ho into ye dan a obetua such a case onipa ni betima enter plea bargaining because
bank ni sika no de we ye dan ya
ubetua in such a case no
ya de utubo kura we ye dan ya
you see enokra ye mfa untum because enti na me hu say case na partly civil and partly what criminal.
All right.
Case partly civil and partly criminal no. So who dia a dangerous would dia ehu is a untimi nka se nipa na wode ne kwa akotumu a wode ne tumu abeden na nensa kan atimi asanka iska no partly civil and partly criminal. Partly civil in a sense odi bank ni sika no oje ye na wontua ya ka no de bank no nti bank ne dan ne ka ana watuatua obi ode ka bia na yemfa wontum okay what you say ati say police for 9 ka nti aka yemfa ni pantum a court take decision e wo ka ho now yebra baby a me ba be kire say partly what criminal no partly criminal no the intent a de kwaji sika no ehon na man be partly criminal intention intention is meji sika no ese be de kwa akoya ade we bi amanya ade no kra eti ehon dishonesty kakra bi ba ho say what dishonesty but hardly you see prosecution say all tied ni pa ko gina court for say dishonesty no intention no ye nyina ye di adanse say ye nyina ye gi loan of bank me maji bi pen loan no me gi a me si bi a me kwa kotwa blocks but many be ban me ho na loan no kra no masan de ayade for the motive the intention is to pay the money into your intention to pay the money back now we start to say with you usika na ehn fa na criminality wo because you are looking for your money and am this kana ye den aba in the anami tueska no in the semi tueska na de a de be bone na maye although my perpetuity me fan said dishonesty e wo so and this kana mame but when the money was given to me I'm paying the money me tueska no e do person or try say any pana are you going to punish the person in respect of sa criminal aspect kakra bi na womu no and I would ne kwa na de na kwa akotum na so what de ne kotum look at millions of what cedis and millions of dollars state ni be lose say di pana de ne kotum no okodam a onya say sika ne emba such cases no partly civil partly criminal no ubetuma enter plea bargaining na plea bargaining and cover cases like first degree felonies. So first degree felonies like murder, rape, aggravated offenses, just say ebia hijacking, piracy, and rape no. Ni nyina ye first degree felonies because when say you categorize offenses no, your first degree felony, second degree felony, and san waba misdemeanors. And this a sa aggravated offenses like murder, rape, hijacking, armed robbery. Had near many young plea bargaining because any amenable to settlement. But the case I work with Bosnia or bank na mintu no. Now the mijina criminal court. Go court no your civil court no your criminal. But you want to mijina ho criminal court. At the end of the day, state in Sabekensi Kanana. And there was a wound to me lawyers and say so obi enter plea bargaining na. Not necessarily say any pane baby default. But any panel if you call the person at mima innocent person it may enter plea bargaining innocent person e kura woni for otimi ko enter plea bargaining because nipa ni bi wo ha on pay full trial nipa ni bi wo onu nya manso on pay on say SCC nipa bebre pay SCC into bi wo ha on ni ko gina court na asemba kura na osemajem amanaka eno ne e friend plea bargaining no jemu manenka ne enko agreement na the corona o say bank ne kura be di wo for ma de ba o na edi entina obi beti obi ye lawyer obi tima kan cho say ma judge ntiase in plea bargaining agreement judge be any control over the plea bargaining agreement no so there is no law and provision be a share plea bargaining act say the judge can say me mediasem no it is only the attorney general and bit makasa or the minister of justice and bit makasa say plea bargaining now there na me ntiase but attorney general before be accept plea bargaining no one who say it will favor the state. What you say? It will favor the state because attorney general be say won to me case way so kokra na court ne say okay sika no okan so de koye farming but e bi kro de koye rules e me no so Ghana for benefit ya hono intention de na okoji sika ne so de ye afuo but this kana koye kwan e ma Ghana for enya Ghana na benefit e ba sa e be de na ache no ye can say money laundering and then say e illicit way a they obtain odi agi sika bi na dia odi agu ho ana odi ya ade bi eno na man be money laundering enti emfa ne sese bi okoji sika no is intended purposes no wan fa anye farming but odi koye marketer eno no ekobasa intention na odi koje ye no bone be no aye market ni nipa benefit ana say nipa benefit so you have to look at the intention and the purpose of what the usage and this nipa no you sue sika no for its intended purposes there e ho no criminal in prosecution no prosecution in so CD wo and nunti na dru ba bia na ehu be hia say both the prosecution and the accused person and defendant no mo betena se na mayen hyehyeye say ene se be ya me emfa how man nti metu eska no ene ma e de ba ne say one a reduce sentences if the accused person no believe onyini hu ni say bia trial we kura no mintimi hu me faith ada say me di bem ana say me di for because judgment e be ba obi ani motemu afo no na judgment o de ba enti ana ebi accused person kura ohwe regime bia yewo mu a ohun se so ye den kura na we innocent na odi bem kura na wanhwe ya ibetimi de natum a obetimi enter plea bargain no ate ase what you say enti say onya enter plea bargain na ema okwan mansan kwa PBM because the purpose is what to about the government be and a government na ewo power na say ohwe the state government ni bia or serve and now they rule this country who say oni ni gina court and now do kwa gina court there is no way ye be ma the enti ameka san ye ba betie video bi amo hu and the appeal could be the lawyer for statement be all can it be ma who say Sebasana the best way was how we enter plea bargaining agreement if the offense is not aggravated in nature. It will enter plea bargaining now under Act 101079 now. And no, Emma unimu faith the accused person may be an innocent person. Obetime innocent. If you no need for, but because of unimni faith, na ontimi hu their judgment ni betimi akontino. Wa enter plea bargaining or enter plea bargaining. Emma assembly tretia. Emma Sikakrona Yejen or the court. It reduces what sentences. Emma Yenko full trial. It saves money. But the most disadvantage a woman say, Emma innocent person, it may plead guilty. And I say no contest. It didn't make sure say pleading guilty, or no contest. It didn't who plead guilty. Guilty the one who say would for. But plea bargaining to me, either you plead guilty or no contest. No contest does not necessarily. So under no contest now, it does not necessarily mean say. I'm
not a lawyer, but me say I me some run baby woman's withdrawal of charges against accused. Baby sir,
yes, yes. If you when you enter plea bargaining, yeah, then they will withdraw. A basa prosecution by withdraw charging because mobile prepare number that court judge na no adopt it. And the judge na adopt we are a basa na charges ni na will be withdrawn. A basa afede say sika krono je wo Exim Bank no. The accused person will pay.
Na adia kakra bi so here there's this court law about section 35 ne year 1079 Section 35 of a year called meaning I think
it's a court act.
Court Act.
We can read the section 35 okay, if 35 you have court act here.
The court act here.
I didn't bring mine.
Tina kabe share because na be hu ye bi a be no ye say bi a the way they take precedence but so we about 2022 and we no eba ya ababe mra
when you law that is so
it is say we no na make
when na plea bargaining they take precedence over say the court act because this is it's a law until law no when criminal matters na say me person me plead me call plea bargaining then I can rely on
and so say attorney general kwan wo ho to be say bi obeka say yes
or prosecution
me and rather ya be ya say be nya lawyer and the appear could be but me hwe ahiyagba be announce be at on the sideline say mpuno attorney general they say abia so obo be go into it. I've not verified that say bia indeed attorney general they say omo e was you know so obo be go into it no almost so enter but in this case the lawyer kano now Kwaku say sikano she say sikano
I've gotten the section 35 of the court act act that is act 459 in Ghana allows individuals standing trial for offenses including economic loss, harm or damage to the state to admit the offense and offer restitution or compensation to potentially avoid a custodial sentence. So
where does this come?
It's even in support of the plea bargaining agreement. Dr. Section 35 of the Court Act 1993, Act 459 in Ghana allows individuals standing trial for offenses involving economic loss. Say be a more minor bokebi. Harm. A normal minor harm crime can say a howby or damage to the state and I how be so abre state no to admit the offense say obejatum and offer restitution. That's obepata. And now the state be ko ba bia na wo so ogina offer restitution or compensation to potentially avoid a custodial sentence. It is section 35 no is even in consonance with what plea bargaining act 1079. What you say? Because no boa ema e support say wabo mine ka bi ana say what the how be ama o mine na ema o kwan say obetimi na o mine no aye nhyehyɛ na de o mine na gina ba bi o gina samre no o mine mo ka na watu asa aka no compensate o mine. So section 35 is even in a complement and say in support of act 1079. So on section 35 but in plea bargaining agreement it is only the prosecution and the court has no power over it. Court no there mo nya kasem mo enter plea bargain unless the offense is what not aggravated. Now say the offense is unaggravated. If the offense is unaggravated and the court no betima say you cannot enter plea bargaining with Attorney General. And the court no can reject it. But let's ask ourselves whether or not SSR economic loss way allegedly abano won to me obetimi enter plea bargaining ana. And section 35 is even in support of it, of the court acts.
All right, would to be TV so lawyer Evans Oseibus Lianeno Edin Komono na Dr. Kwesi so lawyer
now section 35 na how does the provision work? You know, I say initiation, the accused person may inform the prosecutor that he or she admits to the offense and are willing to offer compensation or restitution or reparation for the loss or damage caused. So it is the prosecutor or the Attorney General that the accused person and then the enter agreement, court discretion. If the prosecutor accepts the offer, the offer is presented to the court. The court must decide if the proposed compensation is satisfactory. And the court move ya na mo de akoto court nanim. Na court no ahwe hu say saa anhyehyɛ na mo yɛ no saa empata na de ama wona na so de we na begina ne ba bia no state na ba begina ba bi ogina no fatama mo ana munya ka say yes the court has no power over it. So if you look at the provision, it says that the prosecutor or the Attorney General in the Attorney General nkwa no ne in the Attorney General nkwa it could be say empo pesa o plea bargaining but Attorney General no ono kra betimi whisper into your ears I didn't na won plea bargaining ye no mu na ye adwuma prosecutor bi wetim ase na na we won plea bargaining na me abegina court ono ko pokra no sa asem na odi ogina court ono so hu ni faith see lebu ama na ye mu ama no ente basa na ono kra timi recommend say it's better say odi plea bargaining agreement ba but the medical can say plea bargaining nkyere say enipa na di fon kwa innocent person ebetimi akọ for plea bargaining o mean say no contest. And no contest because plea bargaining either you plead guilty or no contest to the matter or to the charge level against you.
All right, but as papa lawyer but answer me the lawyer ebewie and can me try say mema nana kwame play video be but type things I don't know what's happening to my but lawyer enwa lawyer and the appear could be a kasa on a network in Accra. And he was so passionate about Nsema Noka, the NTR or withdraw the legal services for a year. Chairman would to me and one of the cases as a lawyer. They nebema lawyer ebia we dia sebechia babe cancer at this point in time may withdraw the services. Then yana ma ekukudru.
No, Medasikeke. When we said there are several factors or numerous factors a lawyer be betting me are withdrawn a service a case. Now, if we are better and the appeal could be there no and on its own. Into bones say it can be a low man can make us a sui generis a debut and unqua a nemara govern uncle. Now, mammy, lawyer beat me withdraw from casing because of accused persons be an answer client to be behavior. Or belligerent client to be on my hard penny, and then they will be seen why and also my lawyer beat me withdraw. Lawyer be beat me I withdraw from case maybe crana nisika kra went to yaman ultimate withdraw. Lawyer be on my a client no episode or control no a money free mrano. ese embra no de ye adwuma no pese o chese lawyer mpese se ya ankasa na wo ye me case ne de ma me nya sa client ne nyina bi pen oba wo so ade ope na opese wo ye but de opese wo ye ne de ne kwa akodi for nti obehu na client bi ba me hanom nra saa na me withdraw from the case me de withdraw ayi kwa nti me de withdraw no kwa ne de ne shame ono ankasa kwa ye ne ne ma na ye de ne ko shame ye de ne shame na ase o sa kan hu se na lawyer ne de o ye ma me no ebeboa me ana wasan ba na en na obepa achew enra no so one point ninti several factors beat me ma my lawyers to me withdraw every cases but if you look lawyer and the appear could be reasons are signing so what any reasons na say utnya video no na boa ubon say me ya analyze video no na ya hunu the reasons intia ma uhunu say o free case no now prosecution in criminal case biano the burden is on the prosecution to discharge. In the prosecution, the burden is proving beyond reasonable doubt, and proving beyond reasonable doubt is about 97%. That means that to prove beyond reasonable doubt, I also mean bear almost 97. But 97, if the defense lawyer no, an accused person and the lawyer no, the defense need to raise single doubt. Prosecution's case more, even single doubt to crana, it will inure to the benefit of what? Of the accused person. A bass accused person be winning case. Now, in criminal matters and prosecution, they can ask them, we order dance for bar. Now, be one said defense and also across examine prosecution and then a dance for you now. And there will be cross examination. Now, we are not re examination, be a honoma, a be a baby and sissy, I was say, obey my re examination. Now, we are. Na all defense no so abe open o case defense no so open o case afi na also waka wasem into so ka won sama na ye de go paper so the paper ni nyina ho no ma na watenda na de nyina a kire na also prosecution no so ene ne nkrofo so aye wo cross examination omuso wie na re examination bia ho a na maye afi na court na ma mo de written submission aba say de obi asi hu fact no ene mra no say de city anti prosecution ne be ye the written submission na defense no so aye na written submission etimo de kwa na judge na kohwe de fanunu mienu nyina aye no na judge ne de atoto emra no na de ne judgment aba I think say won to make case no ba bi ekoduru ye no a omu nyina aye written submission awie a was set 3rd July as what the judgment beba in a situational case ya de judgment beba no na hu say lawyer bi de withdrawal letter kwa na chere say aye nwanwa because the new lawyer now obem no dey be no obey. That is the question you need to ask yourself. New lawyer now obano a o ko engage in service amana bano na eden na sa new lawyer no oba be. In fact, Andy appear could be lawyer. I mean no disrespect honorable. Ebra o kire say or the motion at the srede na koye. No that is srede ko is supported by an affidavit. Affidavit no what reasons enti or resign. That reasons is best known to the court. It not means that we are best known to him and the court. And we are and Sunday betting me about out on just be I reading motion paper no court to a and Sunday betting me about public domain. And the reasons known to me about all Casano. Ubo say video no Casa
by practice no to me and cannabon te bra enko that's the norm.
Yes, also not necessarily file it file you know. E bi kra enkoda court no docket no so na file ne kra ne me hu say bia bia wa ye craft no ko file. Enti se nya file ekọ court there betimi about public domain ama any petimi obi nya affidavit no or the better jam but we tie lawyer and the appear could be a video na waka nsem bi wom na me tie video na nsem a me hu ne say o say one ade ba ko ye ne yan say se nipa hu proceedings e call so court na wo hwe mmara ne de toto ho pa there is no way an client be di for
yeah
so we tie first statement na or say if the people have averted I'm not quoting him verbatim. But if the people have averted their mind to the proceedings in court, and komu nyina bontre nya ne omo ye no enipa wo di asem wo court na o ma me hunu court records no ba mo di kan de toto abontre ne mu page ne ade say wontumi ko jail wadi for ene sa ade a wono na koma obi oni for ne ade ni ko jail de na kire say obi control judge bi de ene niema esi wo court room no ono disagree with the judge na ye owie no o go long way say be na no can say anko benya mpo anko be petition Ghana Bar Association na oma bem ana enipa host ni busa na questions I didn't na Ghana Bar Association but not Chief Justice And I say fine Ghana Bar Association or petition almost say omodoma ebetum they happy or courtroom enya de pa de ebinom yesenka ye televise a anka beboa especially high profile cases or political cases no ye televise a ebetimi aboa enti na kyerɛ sɛ one wie ni nyina no ɔso ntimi nhwɛ ma yɛmfa innocent person enkotum na ni nye ho sa enti ɔbɛkyerɛ the reasons ansa na judgment naba. In fact, he's a lawyer or on a right to do that. But the point is that you be when say and some no kind that means that first of all, when we say the lawyer was dissatisfied about the conduct of the judge, that means that whatever transpired in the courtroom, lawyer will be either the judge was biased or the judge was favoring the state or the state attorney, and I say the attorney general. Into a city course or courtroom, no. Sanke televise and could be able to say, and I'm a bonny say na course. That means that the lawyer is dissatisfied with what transpired in the courtroom. The near judge, no, any those who conducted the case and are conducted the matter before the court. Into the near two. Another thing, Andy, as I say, the out there, if you know the two on Facebook who say, wound to me, I have prominent personalities, a be NDC, as a wound to me, or football match ni bi ewo ensawam it is her statement no and lecture say matimi aprejage matter no it means that munim the outcome of say the case ni siba ahanso ehunu bi da supreme court case ni aba bebu akra ehunu say binuma di kan white amoma hunu say ni aba bebu case ni dada it ehonso lawyer and the appear could be dissatisfied we do nya video na fato so
nana kwame we dey mesro afei ma send me video no ma wallet ko echo Nana Kwame enchenti the lawyer Ekano kwasi ewa ha but the lawyer Ekano Nana Kwame we there wonsa eka nanka we show enwa lawyer and the appear kubi eko asempa ewiano and you can see the passion in the voice utumu said maybe wo hono man the bo angel so Benra Krawa Sha Freddy Pado say on San Kabiwas a passion no Benra free court Obura studio I want asempano na utumu say pain want the voice more or they Casadientia or withdrawn. But when you na me ko kwasi che brand na Kwame get video no ready at the amabeno there. Okay, kwasi where there? Let me crave your indulgence.
Sure. In those cases and come picture say back court to know about proceedings na sure. In those cases I can share with you the record of proceedings in the cases but conformity abontin can some very more but can we honestly convict on the records?
Fortunately, the record is what is before the judge.
Yes.
If the judge will not be minded.
I always cry that I pray that the court is a court.
Yeah.
That is my prayer. The only prayer that I do, they say, let us see a court making a pronouncement based on evidence.
Yeah. The evidence before the court. And not what is
outside the court. And not at the whims of somebody who is outside the court. Now you where miss my I hear the
and for Samra boy the end of the year, we are all waiting for July 3rd. Our court
Samra boy
never. Yes.
I have filed a motion.
What file a motion?
I filed a motion
to arrest the judgment?
Not to arrest the judgment. I don't have that power.
Okay.
I have filed a motion to withdraw from the case. Withdrawal from the case, I have cited my reasons.
Who is withdrawing from that case?
Myself as a lawyer.
Who withdraw from?
I'm withdrawing my legal services.
Case in the case. Yes. We are judge. Then
yes. At any point,
I know.
I have a right.
Reason here, then.
My reasons are in the affidavit, and we will take that motion on Monday. So I will not discuss it. But I have cried in the affidavit that as a lawyer, what I feel doing a case like that. Now, I know the prayer, and if cry, for all of us as persons in the legal fraternity. Now, what do you feel?
No, withdraw CCR because of what you think would happen on July 3rd.
No, not what you think will happen. Anything, because I pray that the court should be a court. Now, your decision, then I will come and I'll comment on the decision. But before then, I'll sound this warning. Some of my penny what and body, because if any penny more, it stays with us, and it will also be, we will be confronted with it in course of our time.
FM.
And I be, Ochana will be for. Injustice to anybody is injustice to you.
To everyone, I agree. But lawyer, why would you do a case? You go through all the initial stages that go through trial. Judge, I'm not data or then a judgment. Now I withdraw. File application to withdraw.
My lawyer, I check.
Yes.
My share proceedings are okay. And it said me who sent to be a free abontia. I smell it. And if some cases near my days of proceedings. Was it name was notwithstanding Kebra
was over
or Chebra or Chep ending. And no one case here in Ghana. That's a summer boy case. They say somebody was shepherding the case. Giddy. Just a giddy. I say, wouldn't you make me? So, what's the and let me another case was a cry. We case no 2 o'clock court.
Really?
I'm telling you.
That's what the judge was doing.
We are going to talk about this now. Bar Association. I'm going to petition the Bar Association also. Say, Bar Association, can we sit and let this go on in Ghana within our jurisprudence? And do we want to turn our courts into persons, institutions?
Yeah, but the Bar Association may not have jurisdiction over the judge.
No. But indeed, Bar Association can speak about it.
Okay,
me and Mika say about it. Me and Mika say, yes. I'm speaking my mind. And I want whoever wants evidence to confront me, and I'll show him the evidence.
But if that was the conduct of the judge, I don't want petition Chief Justice, Mom.
Well, one option.
Okay.
The other option is that I'm withdrawing and stating the reasons why I'm withdrawing.
Why you are withdrawing?
I'm going before the same judge to state my reasons of resigning before her.
From the case. Before judge.
Yes.
Even before the judgment,
yes.
Who withdraw from the
case. Set me reasons of withdrawing before her.
And your client is aware several person will withdraw.
Yes, but my country.
And none reaction here.
And I'm
Nana Kwan baby that say lawyer Abian 2 minutes now for me the question so share Adamate say bia so don so bebe no.
You see, so if you look at it, unsa keke uhuno the conduct what share the mood a senior lawyer, senior most. And to also what the hwene awurawura niema mu a no be lawyer nyene the esi wo courtroom the way you see forso niema the way the conduct of the judge and the esi ni nyina no and tina kopeso de Ghana Bar Association kran was stating the reasons about the dissatisfaction about the judge. That means that once I'm now a video so aka and I'm not preempting and I say me prejudge the me person me catch on say me di ka catch am say untumi o mo person mo de no ko je no mo de no be ko. So the point is and me can say okay say me can say MPP lawyers in sorry omo nyina sorry because so man sorry o my dwen say mu leader no nipa wo ye strong no ye nya de ne ko wi a na dey please political persecution na dey please yan crofo na e wo base no am obi ahunu say yes in fact you can say e be jeli wo man pa on say jeli na say so my satisfied because we the way a man senior most ono de kasa na timu say why dissatisfied ba nti osakura ba abonten e de that senior politicians are omo NDC mu a page bi so say wuntumi ya de na ko jail ebinum ka sa asem nti say happy sa de a na cha somebody kan ebua de nti no kan say if the judge is the court is a court
if
the court
the evidence war before
what is using a conditional statement indeed say court no de pepepe ye be ya adwuma no de mara na be ya adwuma de a enen ka wuntumi nko jail sa no person kire
but that say lawyer Evans Oseibo Subema waje wa home ewa ha na ma crossover to a year kwasi che beda lawyer Evans Oseibo so as me manager na home na ma kwasi che say bi obeka we kakra na ye behwa ada matters so aba na wotwia. But I have this one from my good friend Osikeke. Tell lawyer that I like his submissions on your program, especially his fine knowledge in law. He's a fine brain. his pronunciation of the word constitution is wow. Felix Kwaku, a very good afternoon to you, Assistant Director, Doma Central Municipal Assembly, Doma Ahinkro. Hey, Felix, what could be Doma? Felix Kwaku, hey, what could be Doma? A very good afternoon to you, because I'm free a year, the Assistant Director, Doma Central Municipal Assembly, Felix Kwaku, one nice gentleman, also Fili, lawyer, papa, Bribiana, be woman creator, or no, or yeah, editor, news editor, will make now with a year assembly. Felix, baby, Checha, maybe,
yes, sir.
Now, what would you say? Yet I am yes,
that's if I'm a lawyer. I'm in chair at Tiffany Ashipunina. I am check as I come, His Excellency Dr. Mahmoud Baumia, the party penny for two mountains of my channel. She is busy. The best of you will be a woman.
Yeah, the Pibote because but could to be true, be a send your kind of Jaji case, do it be who says, you see, Tama Club, kill it.
I reading it. Because of Obias, party manning in Amanamasina, no observable protocols for want of time. Namendalo answer as he said, there was a baby and them a day at chair. Plea bagging and webbing a quadrado for Koye. And I know
play bagging. Or don't need the other day. Sir, or yes, so bet you come out before the
plea bagging.
Play bagging. You because okay. I was like just 60%.
Just 60% to the 40. It is a plea bagging to me. You must have a gun had there. Not just a where
did the Exim Bank, dear?
Not just I was a plea bagging, so Juma. What I say? That's a little bit free. Bank no class guarantee and as a guarantee said that day but my men call into a friend say men call into sa a friend say emranumo because I make a law no was my meeting.
Yeah, keep your fingers crossed. The ashes. So, man, the other file. Mofens affidavit. I hope about the reasons. Now, pick me anyway.
Point no, say I did plea bag and I did to Ghana. Na Juma. Near who and conform multi plea bargain. Some form cases so plea bargain specific reference to Quadrado 4. Our no waji abana Nkansah our boka to the extent say or you chief friends attorney general no nana lawyer. Nana lawyer for Quadrado 4. I would not court. That's what me ba eba be catch say and then no say idea will be a plea bargain. To the extent say we try 60%. The 40 channel. That is what they can 100 cities are. Or 60 citizens here, the 40 channel. Maybe you choose scanner to you, be any. Ever can be any baby scanner for, and so you see, we are canna some media. To be did it as a Mrano Yajumadia, Sarkos, no yamaning in Ankosana, and Timini. Nagana has said there, Tembiana Mekase, Ukraine, a do Tembia. I say, before me a good to do. Oh, me a good to do too much. Because we check Ghana hapa sama phobia ye jeja omu pa ene omu ne na mabontia omu no etimi kasa na be bisa mo sa de ye jeja omu sa ade ne etimi jeja omu sa final warning sa kasa pa na ka de ye adwuma de a na ka metimi akasa ko phobia we ni kwa sen kene kura no omu na ntia bontia o bebre ye wo ho ai ni kwa sen ne kura ho sen ka ye hu omu kura so omu na mabontia omu na mo omu kasa ni wanzo so no omu ya members of parliament omu nyina omu ayeka omu asem nyina no they were all members of parliament omu abomode di abansika kese pa ma eneno yetimi ja bibia His Excellency Nana do danko Akufo-Addo adama yetimi ja omu ma omu timi fa omu di ye na ka omu di ani kwa de na ka ye clear case o anameba omu di ani de na ka wasenka anopa na ka ye pia omu agumna yakope ye ba bi etra. But President yes we share Alice wom and also we share party man as a woman democratic figures a woman ye nyina no yetimi ye adwuma na ebekwaku wiase yes ya kan kofo yin
Nkansah so time no mo na nya double salary ya
kan fama panka ni ni sen kan fama kwa be fire mo what did they make an say we share woman na nipa 26 as a 28 double salary Ojini pay no ase agi aban de aka ho ma me mubo de ni bi ma ho na fe yen hwe enu kwa me boy ni ka yes Nina His Excellency Adama. Wasi o na we must say nkofo be nyina koguma ba na nka NDC kwa menyi ni say nka members bi kra wo de odi kan Haruna Adrusu o ka no
education
yeah waduna ni din da first asana Hassan Azong asana Fifi Kote asana Yokopoku agrek ni no asana Rashid Pepo asana Emmanuel Kofi Amabwa asana Edwin Lante Vanderpoel Mark Owen Comfort Do, Kujo Ganza, Akona Stevia, Sobeka Womina Sanko for Nina, Baby Nina, almost about 26 of them, I said 28. Omunina, all the parliament sika, no Sanji ministerial position sika. What I say? As another shay, I say, Mumemra from the Yenye Bibiana, Yentimima Womun Church-Escano, Nafi Yenkoyanim. It is a sad name we say in a happy Ogana. They na yet me witness ya na dia said na lawyer Andy Ekano someone hwe ye na say na man ko bie gate ni say dia na just say no mercy for the cripple as the son ade no be ko it no ye hwe ye ne ma ye na me gidi say mra no say the lawyer kan say obese mra no ye adwuma say mra no ye adwuma na say obi ye guilty a say na no ano no na mum say e be pushing crofo say for the benefit say party maybe and beto yenti no munye se no yina yetimi ye ni ye ni hwe because say lawyer Morrison so be kai say osia krusi wo tulip friend say Lancaster ya ojidi say omu bopopo kakakapa omu hu na sew omu pe baby the fire yina no mejidi say yina ye de eni be de achi ba me say chairman cry say won sheden no nyane na so bibia no so awade ye Jiri se bibia betimi ayeye ade amaye ti obi anse ne yemfa mpabon so entete be bia obunsam osusu ne nema bia akoduru no ni se mreni dura Nyankopon Nankasa ebechima adwene no ama adwene na behwefie na bibia anso etimi ayede etimi akoye ade amaye na utwa yi na jese mejiri se enano na woka bibia about your hospitals no ade lawyer deal with sa legal issues ne there na ma mem mbowra mo na memra hospitals ne de no efa ekwan akando dane wo prefect no fa so a obeso de lawyer doctors na nim etiatia form no doctors no wo mayade papa so mo bie ade akoko bi so kakra kire no a mehu se ne ho apopo kakra be se na wochi we de wa nya hoto okọ tamale ekoye nsem basa no free ho owie ya wode ba rich ebe ye nema basa ansa na wode nenam mu a ese omu obia na wode nam mu no obedu kofa no chino hu se nya de a eya agudie me de anka ye home match kanya de anka me fa hu se ne omu Nkansah doctor na omu wan no kanya de ye problem ba point no ne se wo twe se de na doctor no e kana sem no no kan kusi se ye wo a friend say ye wo 37 bets.
Wait, dear Fachame, lawyer Masande, ye cracked heavy the amount. Yeah, I know what check out. I'm just trying to find out, say, a valid idea, but I just say, but sorry, about it.
Say 37 bets, not 37, no, yet for 60, 61, not ambulance, Mako 34, as I generate, which is almost about 50, and I walk actually plus almost a 100. And he said, Doctor, be back at Mumian suspended at the end of Yenche, na Yentutu Nema. Mini Senka, I was Senka Bibia, there was a problem Biadema, a Menka Akando. But it seems as a pomposity, no, as a betrino, ye peja pijano, ye do tembico, Kunipanko, no, as in the trace, who was a one animal guase. 20 grand pijanity and Quinipa. And what didn't know Musa or the Quay Sardian Ewo. But I know, and a bieso. Ama ye hu se eno na abie so ama ye hu se nema omu ye ade eha hospitals no ene se problem na Nkansah no eye se ye behwe se hospitals na wo Asante Memu ha no etimi aye den etimi aye adwuma. That is the bottom line. Etimu ba ya mo ne doctors no ne ade kasa ni nyina no na obi ya hwe ni mu se hospitals na aka no mo be kwa hwe no ma ye ni ye ba ma memo nana no ma baso. I think say Asante Council of Asante Council for me who you know me the papa hospitals for omo fa mo akwatanko omo fa nenko no no am ye bi gate no ɛpono no ma wɔ mu no
amwako hene ana
amwako hene me da se ɔmo fa ne nkɔ ɔmo ma ne nkɔ bi because yɛyɛ deɛ adwuma no yɛayɛ ɛne yɛhu me baabi ne wa yɛkɔ yɛ ama nkɔ bi ne nyinaa no yɛkɔ yɛ lunch yɛ na me hɔ anaasɛ yɛkɔ commission yɛ ne nyinaa no na me hɔ sɛwia na me hɔ me ho sɛ biribiara yɛ ready a da no koraa nana ɛkayi sɛwia hene ɛkasa hɔ a wɔda nana do ase so wabɛhwɛ na wayɛ saa de ne nyinaa wie sɛwia hospital MPP baeɛ na nyɛ ɛnu 30% koraa obi a ɔpɛ sɛ ɔhu biara no ɔnkɔ gogo na ɔmmɔ sɛwia 2016 anaasɛ 2016 as at the time nana do ba no ɛbɛma progress of work ne nyinaa up to 2016 ayo was been an etuatua from hɔ ne ade ama his excellency nana do baeɛ otimi bɛbɔ ɔmɔden yɛ bibia ama yɛnya power station bibia a ɛwɔ hɔ a bɛgye di sɛ ɛnɛ anɔpɛ yɛ a woka sɛ ɛbɛyɛ adwuma a ɛbɛtumi ayɛ adwuma nti ne yɛ mwanwa sɛ ndc foɔ baeɛ ama ayi amakohene ne ndc foɔ kɔ hɔ kɔdodɔ hɔ ne ade ka sɛ ɛbɛyɛ adwuma by the end of 2025 ne nnɛ adeɛ no ɛnyɛ adwuma ne yɛkɔka no mo say bisa say na adan na mo baye no mo anya yi mo awie ne de keka ka ho o mo bisa sa question na ya na me fi se bia mental kakra bam because no kra ni nyame anim o hwe say de o mo be busa ye e ka say ya ye e blocks mo nto aso ya ye e blocks mo nto aso enti ka ya so ye ba bontin be ka say adan na mo awie a ke betimi akoya nim ba e blocks amu ka say mo ye 121 a mo de beto krata aso say mo ye no ye ba ye 29 na ye ready MPP be complete 30 edika ho eno no ye adwuma abanfo ebeboa ebi ho kra no a yesan ye dormitories no ne de keka ka ho ne ade enyina ka ho a edeboa ye hospital BTS Sevilla hospital ye completed 100% the kaipa say ye call trade eno so no ye completed 100% betimi aye adwuma ene eno so na nanom bae a ye ko bia no na mpanyefo ni nyina ye den omu ho ye ba asa fan say ko from kokoben ye ba ye bebie ye eno so ya hemfo ne mpanyefo nyina ho a ni nyina so no aye completed as we speak now no amanfo betimi akom akwakọ ye adwuma ba bi wo kra no a obetimi ahu say wo almost about 10 theaters ewo accident unit ewo primary health care ewo sa system thing na maternity ni ade nyina wo ho a ansa na ne motre ewo ho ba bi a akando ba ya okoye no eye fan say trade okote de ho no ene okowura motre ho ana wase motre nya ready na mebusa mo say na da be na motre ye prerequisite Tanzania bie friend say ye bie hospital me hu bi da motre de say wuwu a ebetimi kra do abebeniza na say ba bia na do ba beto na de na hospital private hospitals no do say na motre wo ho bia wo ho everything intact me de yi na ma me pacho ya na o de atu so amam tell my call a friend say
yeah show footages
what I say enti no nyina no ka bibi edit say dwumade ne yadi ama na si ani afie na no pa asenra biti say broja fika so mo be here 80 something million na see krono be na broja men fa ho magije sansem mo wa hwe ya wani begwase o wani begwase because me kaipa ya ni deputy minister a former deputy minister Miamem MP Atuma Kwangoma MP ya me read minister nyina na call afrey ekoko hwe ye they na kai drainage everything was intact they na kai drainage and omu ka about 18 million na bibisa amejidi se omu ba down kra metimi ahwe figures no ne ade the amount no na ye be 18 million na ko si 80 something million bibia wo ho emfidie ni bibia wo ho bibia wo se hospital nya bia wo ho ana that time no so na omu wane ma wo ho omu de ye adwuma ma me fan to on record say as at the time MPP ba 2017 no na contractors na free site due to omu sikasem bi ni ade onte se mpanyefo ye ho hyehye ya ekọ animu wo hwe cement egu ho almost about 5,000 bucks egu ho a asei no kwa no na ye nim se omu de be ye earthworks no ye pavements no ni ade omu de ba be ye ana wo hwe iron rods egu akire egu iron agu cement na chi a na nya senkito a enema ye de be ye adwuma no a na wo se omu de ye adwuma no ni nyina egu ho and this for you ba ye I was saying, come hwe na mutimi wie na metite se wo mu ka se mahama ye mahama oni mu hwe o mahama oni idea sa after hospital no 2008 and a president Kufuor ya won sise nyina wiye omuni eroja the invest for san sise no e de wiye omu ba ye no awehosam no ne se omu ba se omu be yi hospital na free ha no mu di akotamale omu ye free akotamale eno no omu ye ho bibia kra jai e de free ha baby ana ko omu si after hospital hospital military hospital no na ye opposite Prempeh College baby a interchange so full interchange no efa no aho na no omu si eno ti na ma omu ko bubu sa soldier for one houses ni na omu ko bubu e de free ho ba interchange ni ba ho no na esa ma ho na ye compact kakra eno omu ye ho sise ateki ye wanapo afi akoto radin sano ene ni mpanyifo ni nyina na ba ye no omu se dabi ade ne ma mu free Ashanti region ha because ha ene ye de ko ye nkrata ni nyina ye ma ne free dono ma nim ko yi free tamala o ma sa de konkran si de kwa ko katete se ni military hospital ene omu se he fa ne ha ye ba Kyeremanteng bonsu ye ba free akoto ye anapo regional minister that time omu nyina o parliament Kufuor no omu de omu na si from say no yempene ene akeka won se ma ne san baye e baye na wo se ba Ashanti region kra no mu preso enti ateki mpanyifo bi ti se e fa mi se Georgia ba e fa Benito bienum ene do mu na si from ne nana no mu didi nkomo ansana omu be pass ase de wa afari ama ya di project na akọ project ananka wo say ya shas 2009 no omu transit free 2009 2010 2011 12 13 14 asa no mu ko catch so 14 and we buy no 8 years went me anwie ada na we expect to be ba na say 8 years no onwie ya na wo so kasa as project ya kan wase medin ya kasa almost about 90% plus what I say about structural works ni bi akoso a omuguso a omuye but na nyuma no be bro ho a ye so mo ba mo ba ye no otutu ne na atwemu atutu ne ma kakra wo msa ko sise ye ko ho ame de masote ye so almost about 18 million there about but no na ye for sa drainage no ne sa enyema kakra earthworks a eka woni sa beautification bia ni ade a omu beye e de aka ho enti na wo ba ya aka atake 1 year aka ndoko ho okoho said the minority for ko ya aka ndoko ho ko hwe ebe ke kansem di babanya tem sa de na asi wona aban no meye ni ade enti wan kasa aka ndo no said the wo ko ho a wo ko kasa ye no ni nyina ya expect senka wo be ye minister no ka first point of contact no e ho no wo so ko na wo bojan so matranse mo anya ho adwuma what transe ya be kan ne na obeka cheze mo ko peska 80 something million akodi enti no 80 something million dollars ene hia se de kwa koye ya ka chom so mu hweye ya ka chom so mu hweye yo amankwa menu no so mu fo mu nan si fom na obia ode ka bia be ba beto Ghana for so no omu fa nkrata ne nchi omu no mu ti ase ye mpene mo obia fa ska bia anya yi afa to so mienu no metuni awo nkrata mu se amwako hene so se afa ne yakototo ne ma begu agenda 111 numu ansa na yebie ana mabe no wakoto omuko ho ya yekohwe yi bibia even nurses quarters one fridge ni ade nyina si ho omu TV omu kettle omu microwave omu bibia si ho ade hia ne se doctors nurses be papa yeju odo baga ko no akwa yejuma ba bia ni wa bibi wa yenye everything is intact enti be se omu se skabi no mu pese omu kodia yan kan cho mu se nya de obi abepene ye ni made no ene ye yan kasa so ne ye adwuma esa sense na na do ka che wase nkofo no anye wo makuma mu agenda 111 anye wo makuma mu adwuma enti wo mu nya mo nyine mu ye na mo hwe se nkofo no bo mbeto aso a wo mu ntwa so ama so ba de be na oka wase de ebetini aye no aye 35 na ye hwie no ene ebetini ahwe ne abie ya ka nyina ye mo anan anu wade mankofo ahan no masisi na wo obi a yensi ade ade ama community ama mo be ahwa yarefe na so de koma private individual a say a private business no ba be ye enti benefit anka wo benya wo so no omo sanka
35 no cry and Yakoko Quendi by Yabi no.
Man, no, Kaka can a friend say, the woman, a friend say, the woman, a view. I can't take it to be a, you will say, 100%. 100% I will say Nipakum. And then it could be a Kwanakasa, Utimus and Niaji. I tried the hen and I Nano Casa, Utimus, Umaniaja, Bibia, Cosu Kama, Penifone, the Adina, a Babashaya, Yapon, Yakra, Anson, and I be free hono. A month for Ramoa near the Adimu, the Acoso. More videos in a Bibia or Hasia, Ning natural. It's an idea, then I walk to Bramwako. Who got today? And a dear baby go. And Tona Dawson. Motion and Mumie. Bottom line, and it says MPP by and woman we are. Mumrana Mummy be. Now, month for your baby inquire. Maybe by dear Balcoy, me concern on your hospital and qua. Say a hospital and qua dia. Send a conform Baby Yajuma. But a bit bigger economy of that area. I'm not a important part was say, a friend said, John Muhammad and Kof on Omushe. Say, apart from getting nurses, doctors, paramedics, and Umumba hospital, a bit boost to the rare economy of the area. And I say, be bigger, to the extent, say, Osha, Omuka, Prabia crown, Ombigna Junction, I didn't nipa hospital in and out crown. Sikabi Pio, Umumbaton Yemo, Mammy Crow, the Coco Baba second one of Panocra, I will be Baba to be the Acoma, your patients, no crown, and no cry is Kemwa. Twata say, Obi Crow, what be just as I am for Crow, or person would be drugstores be a master pharmacy be or near the idea, a bit me economy 24/7. It is a woman hospital in 24/7. And yet then a home market here 24/7. Hospital are a constant, guaranteed. Nurse of rubber band or part a year. I will be now 24/7. Our nurses know. Market here was who could see a Simon to move soon in Cryasi. One a beco. Get it a club 7 near 2. Get it a year. Makola, one at woman about 12. Another market, a year, Ghana has a central region near the Dina. A moody in a transit say about 12 midnight. Because it's a walk where I was Mikodija, who could DJ bedders, maybe one PC. What is Assam will be that? What is Assam will be that? It seems that 24 hours, and they were thought through. The moment my idea was a DB, a 2B, Sukeke, and I say everybody near the Atoso. But I dare you canning in and say, hospitals now, you can watch them. And it's our agenda, no agenda 111 na ye kan wasem no bebrebe wo ho a ye tu ho anamo a baby a ye duru metimi akanam de siso se e wonanim kase pa se yade a abawo ya wo betena so yi se yade a wo anisoade hunu se obese obi a menyi ni se wo se yetimi nya 2 minutes kura se ye ne ka ho asem o ka so obey 35 as we speak se si aye kase no ontimi mo ba kokura so. What you mean say one cry out of 36 no, and funny 35 no, and funny and warrior. See, I can and what you mean say. And what you mean say, you know, now I want a bit me the night to say, when I'll be a man, as we say now, Baby Amaya. It made a man can a man, sir, make I tell Mahama say, in fact, any question case, no. I was saying a bonnet, she said, on Concoya, and I did, and I said, yes, also Cocoya. But when I'm quiet, dear, near the cat and said, bah. Mumodi ana kokoye go wan na odo anu ka che nurse for no say oba agenda 111 no obeto aso no atimi awie obewie ni nyina say be ya nurse for no benya de automatic posting. That is what you told the nurses no class empala wa ye automatic posting empala wa ye automatic posting sa no mu ka che na ka obenya say waba na Ashanti region ha yetimi anya 17 projects hospital projects ayetimi awie bia ma ho wo hwe trade de kai anu say ya wie bibia wo hwe kokobi ofori krom ha ya wie bu aman afija bu aman de no kra de megiri say almost about 90%, 85 to 90%. wo ko insuta seche wo ba wa manso adubia mankranso kwabna kwa oboase anu so akaka kra bi afo wo betwe kode afija kode asiwa yakrofom adutama ai adanse asokwa asokwa mampo de medu obi ana me raho e na trailer shop o e na trailer articulator e na park ho eti me bi sase de me ade no mo pese mu ba bi asokwa mampo de no wo me semo so wudu a friend say Aswasi post office ho na wo turn right traffic light no nifa so we dey call asokwa mampo ho na wo sane from baby articulator for na obo bepo no na hwe obenkun so a eno na si bepo ne so kakraka no eno obi dan ho aya agenda 111 kakraka ni nyina na ngonwa se no so no mutaka wo ye dan ya ye ma nkrofo eno kwa se yesi wo mu nti wo kwa na wo so do anu tum na sa agenda 111 na wo asoase wo no yetimi hwe na yetimi ye dan eyi fi ho edema afa wo wie mu na sa wo ba nyina hini tumamponua district ho eno so kra na wo wie wo ba oboaso wo ba oboase ya fense trauma center ye wo oboase ya eno so akona nim kakakapa wo se nkabana no megidi se yetimi ayi yensa ede afi ho wo ya psychiatric hospital onwe eno so ya pege mu kakakapa de si ho sesi ya no ke nyina na ye hwehwe senka ebetimi akwa animu na bana no etimi aboaye wo de wo hwe wo mus about 17 hospitals yi na ebia pharmacies 200 ebia pharmacies 200 shenka employment awetimi anya abra nurses over 50,000 nurses egufie awuntimi amo mu babi enko na ma mu babi enko no wo mana da de say iskasem scanning na wodi ugoto Bank of Ghana asoso wato gold no edi ugoto Bank of Ghana de asoso azan wetimi afa nurses enti ya be kan e de asiso say Ashanti region uba bitimi aka say MPP when it comes to health aban no no government and they sabe abeshim ya buy environment projects so ka environment projects makumakunum throughout a friend say Ghana Ashanti region ya makumakunum a ya shase a ye wieye ewo ha ojo bibi te say masun kwanta ya wie fefa na ya ka say amanfo ye mu adwuma wo hwe twede ya wie wo hwe sabonu mu ya wie wo hwe dobonso ya wie wo hwe swame ya wie a ene amanfo kum ayarhwe 5 of them started and completed here in Ashanti region and sana wo wie bibia so a yeside of anochi mother and child unity aka ho it is nka mo baye ana ka mo di mani to here na almost about 15 to 16 story building na wo first konfanochi mother and child yi wo ho na ka ne motimi aba bewie na ka yetimi de maternity phone nyina ma na ami nkoda ni nyina do makọ ho a there will be more than enough space our confirmation for everybody to survive many opportunity ekokọhwe contractors no ye adwuma ne adade mene na nkoso hwene no na pia na kwam twitwie okoye special mene nyina na koye that time ye ko confirmation ho ye ko central market second phase project no kohwe ansa ne ye ko airport akwa sa project nyina na otumu say projects nyina akukọ nanim kase pa no banana wo pese ewia ka banana ya wie ba yebusa ho sa dan ana jo mahama watimi aba beja sa ne ma we se nyina agu ho na omo wo so munya employment no omunya na yesi ye kọ ne akwa market na de ba ko no mu ka che say 24-hour market de a na te say store bia wo de be han bia no wo de be han ni pa miensa store ba ku bia ye ni pa miensa na be han akukọ adwuma no pa na ba kwa wia na ba kwa nwumre na wo constant one year agenda 111 Mr. President President of the Republic it will be catch say agenda 111 onyansa nim edu tambia na mo me reserve ya kasa ne kakra nyansa nim se ebesi agenda 111 na bom no mo ono na ambitious project no ono na dream de nyansa wom so obesi 261 markets. What in logic na say ye woman there who see 261 markets nyansa wo maw na mo there ye healthcare no ebetimi na ma me no oyare a obetimi akodwomo wabra wo betwe 111 no atimi ama na ye adwuma wo be ka tell say wo 111 no say obi pese o gibi na osia be de be ma na ni ade Mr. President ya ma last one yankase de mo BSc wontimi nsi a jaisi ho MPP ababa no ba beto aso na timi benefit nipa awom na omu awom wo sa areas no yesa mi ami kromu trade yi ba ya mama amanfo so ya dey atimi anya adwuma wo kro no mu na wo hwe ba bia hospital no wo ekwan ni bibia akọ kama na wo hwe sem komutimi ye hospital no na mo spaces so pe ekro na nkasa be pija no ekro na be pija no what I say mama to basis no me towels no me ade nkodanta de ne ya ya de basis it say dey work for nochi ombetimi anya baby kwat work for market center bi ho a ombetimi anya baby atena ombetimi ayi wo madwuma so won hwe na enu onye ho adwuma no nya so onam a wakasa sa ba rules ko pe de a ozime de tractor aba me kwa do mi so ko fa plant no na aba ozime ko de tractor 150 e de aba o de be de won ko ananim na de oba ye na adwumbo ne ko na de sikro mu ase a o ye je on se no onko no ko ye adwuma no na emu agana fo na hotomra
Beda se kwasi chei beda se papa former regional communications director and so ene on Nawochi hospitals Akenrem minority babeshe minority parliamentary health committee
kasa kama
edana se say nananom soso omo ko no mo de omo ani akwa
so mo ko wi ya no de is for the over ni baba won so mo ko wi ya no ma fi o se bibia ni ho ba ya se wo mu omo ma bibia nsi ba bi esi
se ya twitwa bibia gu okra dada but ya twanchuma de no so e bia meba kwasi enchai ebiwa be hwe time yes me ba lawyer hona maba kwasi enchai kakra e bi ewom cocoa prizes light crop season no ba bi ejina na ejina bo 6,000 no ansama omo se edwaba so ekofo binti sise no de ba bi ejina na ejina omo entu but the free by you know still e bi sanka omo sika but me ncha time no kakra lawyer Plata na me send ma no dia still be nya verification no be dim say bi obi na akwakoye na yi bi dia but we call operation recover all loot this your maybe page operation recover all loot page na justice website I believe on a post 49 minutes ago or say update in Republic versus Bernard Enchibuesiako aka Chairman Wuntumi and 2 others Summer Boy illegal mining case, that's into brackets. The Attorney General will raise a preliminary legal objection to the motion filed by counsel for the accused Andy Appiah-Kubi Esquire for leave to withdraw his legal services. The Attorney General will argue the following points: jurisdiction and capacity and standard. What is standard? Capacity and standard. The motion is scheduled for hearing on Monday, June 15th, 2026 at 9 o'clock in the forenoon at Criminal Court 4, Court Complex, Accra. And we're supposed to see in red, objection. Now we say social media the education.
You see, it's very interesting. Okay. It's very interesting. You see, all right, is obi file motion, also bet my file affidavit in opposition. But as to whether or not say obe CD, affidavit in opposition is also another matter to be discussed. And even if Andy Appiah could be as a lawyer, or filing motion say or withdrawn a legal representation. It's a matter of a crown filing motion, or the course of my withdraw my service. It's a letter, not the court. May be there now be. While filing was attach reasons, and the reasons in uko oppose the reasons in on and withdraw. Now what is the issue about jurisdiction and capacity and local standard? Now let's look at all these words. Now jurisdiction. What is jurisdiction? You can say jurisdiction. You have 3 types of jurisdiction. You have territorial jurisdiction, territory. Maybe a court it will say DSM. So territorial jurisdiction. You have subject matter jurisdiction, and you have personal jurisdiction. In the subject matter jurisdiction, subject matter na ye no. Say court no what jurisdiction so better so. SS Hammer boy case no. What so and now one so. Meaning baby angle of the jurisdiction free back. And also a territorial jurisdiction area was a econo and ya hona echo. Ebia and the Appiah could be a filing in the corner. And our personal jurisdiction. So I 3 jurisdiction we minimum angle obe fraba because on my detail of jurisdiction cra obe raise as a preliminary what objection. Now, osan kasa aba local standard. Local standard, as you saying, Latin word, is the legal right of a party to appear and be heard in court. So often referred to simply as standby. It ensures that only individuals with a genuine, direct, and legally recognized interest in a dispute can initiate a lawsuit or challenge a decision. So only recognized individual and obey challenge a decision, and then you find a local standby. So the court does not recognize any busybody person. So are you telling the lawyer say no, you busybody in Tina? Or we drawn to oppose the court no say no, you busybody. So you busybody. What I'm saying is that the local standard, the meaning of the local standard is the only recognized person and or what rights to a genuine right say me appear before a court capacity. So the court will not recognize any busybody person. That is what is term as what.
It's not just a lawyer and the appeal no or right.
And minim how OC ababababe raise objection in respect of standard, local standard or person or back and send a mark court on a man no be legal argument about standard. So I don't know the angle or they be free standard.
And for it is so excitable base and what it can be a gumuna
that's not right. If you read that, you see lawyers are governed by rules. Your rules, if a lawyer wants to withdraw on a service at any stage, lawyer bit my withdraw on a service. Once a judgment into me, the lawyer has every legal right to wait my withdraw the service. It's maybe a draw. So bet me I would withdraw. Not leaving your client to cry bit much before my catch as a usika. My withdraw. At that time, it's binding. So, it be a detailed explanation. Affidavit in opposition now, Obabe oppose. Obe oppose said no. It be as somehow can court and Tessa and Tessa court no man acquire man withdraw. That court cannot, the court of law cannot put what fetters on the lawyer's right. As to say, lawyer, the person withdraw. Now say, I'm putting fetters on you. Say, that is the legal right. The law allows a lawyer to say obey me withdraw now to bring in a letter of disengagement. As I mean to me person may represent to be because even proud to judgment and some judgment to be banner. That's a judgment in a cry banner. When a client in bit must be who lawyer need be for even appeal cry. And he proud to appeal no cry obey me disengage you and as a lawyer and obey me withdraw. Even and it must be applied simultaneously, and I say it could be applied simultaneously or mutatis mutandis with necessary corrections and necessary amendment. Because lawyer be betting me, I say a client be betting me, so I say my firewall a year what pollutine and answer was saying allegedly, whether or not as a win to me. If you read regulation 43, regulation 34 to 43 of the Mining Act, it's clear, well stipulated. I say, who say nipa we a manager, sir. Company na ye mining no sa manager na wo ho no ye do beto company na no if there is any environmental degradation be and pollution be you will be held responsible but not the leaseholder. It does not talk about the leaseholder. We are all here, we will be interested as lawyers to read the judgment of the court. That is not the only charge level against him in respect of that particular case, but we will be very much interested when the judgment comes out and we will peruse the judgment. You be kind judgment no say 3 days or 4 days you be kind judgment no kura we are you be kind judgment no because anti me no me woni say and the appeal could be so or no for personal reasons. The reasons so if he said the courtroom no ontimi containing as a lawyer at times KK the lawyer is right at times courtroom the judge be ye it me ma say afi kura the wajai practice kura. I went to a certain court. Me person me body. I didn't my client in a buyer. As I went to a certain court. The may be a judge in person be my coin. Cross examination question crime me busa so mentro. The reason being that we di can fan who against accused person or the go jail. And me refer to presumption of innocence. Article 19(2). A person is presumed to be innocent until proven otherwise. Police if one abon a charge. A case number menu. Allow me to ask my question. Judge and so on into one trial, not just until one day I absented myself. Maybe I make a problem, but the comments made by the judge or can or courtroom no, that day I may withdraw my service. I withdrew my service. And to me withdrew my service no accused person also. When says I didn't judge and kind anything I withdraw my service. And the accused person also petition judge. No, they may withdraw wallet and account. Now the judge is begging or pleading because of the content of the petition accused person or the withdrawal letter no so akoka ho na ne ho betimi a kire no. And that was the comment made in the open courtroom. So at times judge ni betimi make utterances be against you the lawyer because of that particular case na wa ba betika na behavior bia na SSS that day no two way na to nothing. And the following week me ko honom I had a serious argument with the judge or said this is my court, and I said this is not your court, it's the court of the republic. You understand that? Because by virtue reading constitutional provision, it's the court of the republic, it is not your court. You understand that? So we had a heated argument. Later we said me kono afi me bu afu aka kira me say na me mini say me ka extra in fan show. You see the point? Yen nyina ye referee and why ye be lawyer ni be pen. And the Marano so says so be the Nasam Brewa. It was so at times police for creating young from so Kakanadi Obiko jail. It was a court no, if my justice et me privé. You see, we should stop sa political persecution.
It's not just a justice, some saya control or our page and also.
In any case, if you file affidavit in opposition, you file affidavit in opposition, then all the two lawyers you go to court and make your legal argument before the judge. You understand that? Let's see the solid argument you make. I believe that. Me person who say o kana maka no biad in the laws about now at the end of the day me lose so me who say me.
It's way better as
do that. You see the day that the table will turn. Also be kwa e bi kra na wo kra excuse me I mean no disrespect to me. Now what Dr. Srim sign and achieve. You understand that day we see. I'm not saying say won't me ayebone amen. Let's follow the due process of the law. Yama justice and privé. If you
the court,
I'm telling you, politicians control. And then I make us say, if you read 1992 Constitution, I'm talking about the preamble of the Constitution. Always I mention preamble. Yeah. Why? That is the very foundation of our law. The 1992 Constitution. All provisions in the 1992 Constitution. Ebia nya ni root no e free ni root no the preamble. It says that in the name of the Almighty God near the National Cathedral no e to say we believe in God. What I say, we give to ourselves our inalienable rights, and we give to ourselves this particular constitution which shall secure our freedom, personal liberty, fundamental human right, equality, everything be womb. Now equality no busa on say President Mahama ne best school or no be na okwana. So where lies equality? So there is a difference between constitution and constitutionalism. Constitution is a legal framework, but the constitutionalism is the fetters you put on the government not to exceed the powers. And when you do that, that is constitutionalism. It means that the government will stick to the preamble of the 1992 Constitution and work according to what the law says. So when you put fetters on the president, it means that in the powers, in the name or your broso or person exceeding the powers are who put two fetters. It is Jacob Zuma, South Africa, Obekon, Ubonsi, a jail near Nakwakotum. That is constitutionalism. We have a constitution, but we don't have a constitutionalism. There must be what? A constitution and a constitutionalism. When there is a constitutionalism, fairness, justice will prevail. Asem Kokota obe follow the due process of you will not be manipulated by any president, you will not be manipulated by any political figure, but you will follow the due process of the law and administer what? Justice. When it happens like that, I'm a friend of constitutionalism. So there is a difference between constitution and constitutionalism. We need to what? Blend the constitution with the constitutionalism. Either than that, whatever we do, no, things will fall apart and center cannot hold. Because at the end of the day, the basic say political party bi hu say what the chairman bi akotum dia die bi ono so be ya or de yami enso be akotum the next government no oye de ono so ne dem be ko because e nipa na pointing nipa de ne kwatena the nipa so betumi afafon afre aka cha say judge we nipa na manipulate kura e ma ne ko judge bi anim. You understand that computer you manipulate and you am particular judge you MPP lawyers wom you NDC lawyers wom san you appoint MPP judges edom court you appoint NDC judges. So if you want to practice unanimous FC, we should continue, and the day will come that all of us will come for it.
And we keeping our fingers crossed. Niabi aduma Monday, lawyer and the appear could be so obeko. Now what man the reasons in here or they withdraw the legal services and no and the to oral page just about almost an hour and ye say objection object and I object here court one object here now kabi bina base then yaje say Monday or object meanwhile oh my happy birthday China. Happy birthday to you Nana J or Hamburg in Germany Nana J Hamburg Germany Bosheba say Oweshe happy birthday and it's also coming from your children Aiden, Daisy, Evangeline, Daniel Obujina Oweshe happy birthday. It's in or Hamburg in Germany and it's from your children Aiden, Daisy, Evangeline and Daniel wishing their father or daddy a happy birthday. Also from Bosheba into Yame and Tuon Kwemno Wade. Kwasi, yes sorry.
Yes sorry. I'm crowd I said Danny Beans. And I said,
21 over 21 billion. I must be general.
Person ye bibi no use it won't
be the 21 point I hear billion.
It's not really pested.
I don't say here.
Maybe na come more the judgment naba. Then now appeal.
Martin question them.
Oh, I read say Oba ye cry say you say operation clear all looters oka adani oka omo mi akromfo na omo abediska no omo no ye ja omo so omo nko na pe ye say you recover loot be na oye de o recover na sense ane de me gidi say say de de dia ye kan oni bibia wode ba oni ba ku ya oye press conference attorney general
he said yes someone who say bua body to press
conference no ka e no ni bibia o dey ba me ka me am lawyer baby o bia ma me cha no lawyer tutu jagu man tutu me cha no papa aru na ka bibi cha o si obi ni bibia o dey o ka ma me ka na bia what o si name that could non abet yes he who has not cannot give what is has not.
Yes.
And
if you don't have, you cannot give.
You cannot give.
Nemo that could not habit.
Nemo that could not habit. It won't want Kasana, woman to one, woman she. It won't fashion. Ni na so betra na akola no mu ase no e jinja o msa akola no jame ti no ane se wa keka bibi acho mu ana
that time no akotu no ni
no that could not
ada me man ba ko ta quit plantator solo credit quit plantator
okay
solo credit
okay
what is affixed on the land belongs to them
because solo da ya man
quit quid plantator solo credit
and yes solo woman
okay no the last one they told me so ras is pa locator
rest it's there's 13 speaks for itself
13 speaks for itself
but
the no the misread the baby man to baby obia no charo man no otu for lawyer yes the lawyer can say pa na empa bon so ta chairman
yeah
yen Sarah they say bibia no a otamfo no be ya o say etimi yeye na sese bia so otamfo aye no ebedwiragu nyame tiase bibia no a ebesi amjiri se ebetiase mpa emfa ho ada wo be hye se wo kofa wo mu hwahwane judgment no enim say Awurade na Nkansah no de wo so bogu obi ani so ma ne kanokre no obebo wan kanokre so ebetia wo.
Now share yes speed that justice rems I don't want to judgment beba July white
who cases the beba was already
the bar but they say dear and me koso
the judge required to miss on who didn't come up and said you must see the cases bia what means omo bia kana asem tentem na ehona no ma ahu say we you right we you wrong but this seems say ebesi proper na maybe pass any ade but emfa
yamati say yami adoma yegina ye hwe Monday say reasons are a lawyer and the appear could be untumi lawyer and also can before the judge reasons until they withdraw the legal services now ye share player justice remsai also the locals why stand there you know and also the back on the besi court enti ye bompai Monday ye nyina say nyame ade yenkwa ebecha ye de hu ne ebeka yandi yo
papa oni ni ja ne mo ka ho
team ni nyina mate enti ayempaibo kopem eye Monday no medal lawyer